Parents, are your kids as sick of the same old lunch you've been packing as you are of making it? Well, here with some ways to spice it up and get out of that lunch-making rut is Market Watch's Charles Passy. Charles, thanks so much for being with us.
Pleasure to be here.
I have to say that when confronted with two after-school activities, one which includes lunch and the other which does not, my kids always do that lunch one because I am one of those parents who hates making lunch.
And I have to admit that in my household, it's my wife who tends to deal with the lunches. I have sort of gotten out of that duty for a long time.
There you go. Yeah. All right, Charles. So that's why the first one really spoke to me on your list, the Go Picnic.
Yeah.
It's all ready to go.
Absolutely. I mean, what's really clever about this is it's sort of the same concept as a Lunchables, except this one does not need to be refrigerated. It has a pretty long shelf life, and it's also fairly healthy. I mean, it's low calorie, low fat, no trans this, no that. It's a really, I mean, for me, the idea that you could buy a bunch of these, just have them, and then just have them ready, especially on a morning when you don't feel like making a real lunch.
Which is every morning.
Yes.
There you go. And then also crispy fruit, which is a great way of getting rid of the dessert and just putting that in.
Absolutely. I mean, I should say I have tested all these products. It's a tough job. This is a really clever thing. Kids like something crunchy, you want to give them fruit. This works both ways. I mean, we've seen freeze-dried apples out there before, but this is freeze-dried Asian pears, freeze-dried.
Wow.
The tangerines are excellent. So it's just a very clever way to get fruit into your kids' diets.
And exotic fruit at that.
Exotic fruit, yes.
And then if you do feel like you really must include something sweet, though, Pockies are the way to go. Big hit in our household.
Right. Well, and as I say, it's not just that you're giving them something sweet, you're giving them a cultural lesson. I mean, this is a Japanese classic. It's been around for, decades. The company behind it is actually making a new push into the United States. They have a couple of new flavors, the matcha, which is a green tea flavor.
Yeah.
I mean, these are basically kind of candy-coated biscuits, but they're vertical. I think they're just great for kids because I think kids like things that are a little bit odd or unusual, and they're tasty.
They certainly are.
Yeah.
Any dentist will tell you they're much better than the chewy candies.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then now they have coconut water for kids.
Right, exactly. Coconut water is a huge category. I mean, this has exploded on the adult marketplace as something like a $350 million category. One of the big companies that's doing it has come out with a kiddie version. These are flavored slightly, so if your kid, I mean, I think some kids would just like plain coconut water, but if your kid wants something with a little bit of a sweetness to it, I mean, these are not very, very sugary, but they have a little bit of a sweetness. It's also a nice break from the usual juice boxes.
I tried to apply the regular stuff on my kids and they weren't having it, so I think I got to go with the flavored stuff.
Okay.
And then you finally have this Kid Zinger, which looks great. A little too much work for someone like me, lazy mom over here, but it sounds like a great idea for the crafty moms.
Right. Well, you want your kids to get, you want them to drink something that's very low calorie, that is healthy. Water is always being pushed. Kids do not like bottled water. No. Adults seem to like it, but kids don't. This allows them to flavor their water. It's essentially a juicer that, essentially kind of you squeeze. Well, here, I mean, you can kind of take it off. You can make the juice, then you sort of infuse the water with the juice, and it's a good way of getting some flavor into their water, getting some fruit into their diet, and getting them to drink something that's not 200 calories.
And it's fun. All these great ways to spice it up. Thank you so much, Charles Passy.
Absolutely.
Thanks for that.